Hello, hello. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Sophia with Garden State Film Festival. It is the 22nd annual Garden State Film Festival. Can you believe it? March 21st through March 24th, we have over 200 films, all various types of films, lengths. We got pilots, features, shorts, music videos, animations, a bunch of cool stuff. 200 films coming from over 40 countries this year. It's going to be playing in Asbury Park, New Jersey and Cranford, New Jersey. And one of the films you can check out is a short film called Quiet Mom's Working. Here to talk with me about the film is director, writer, producer, editor, sound mixer, you name it, pretty much everything. Patrick Hogan over here, and the producer and one of the stars of the film, Anna Johnson. Hello.
Hi, thanks for
Hi.
having us.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us, and congratulations on your very well-deserved acceptance into Garden State Film Festival.
Thank you. Very excited
Yes.
to get into Garden State. We've known about the festival for years, and finally had a film to submit, and very excited to get to go back to New Jersey
Love it.
and share it with an audience. And this will be the first general audience to see the film. So we're very excited to see see how it plays. The comedy, it's very easy to see if the audience likes it or not, right? You have a really
Uh-huh.
easy way of telling. So hopefully we hear lots of laughs and everybody enjoys it.
Oh my gosh. What an honor. I mean, I'm not the one who picks the films, and I don't really do much except for have the pleasure of watching these films and interviewing amazing filmmakers, but I absolutely loved this film. Was very genuinely surprised. I laughed out loud. I was so inspired. I'm so excited to talk to you about it, and I can't believe that we're the first live audience to see it. It's so exciting and such an honor.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. When
Yeah.
you screen it with the cast and crew, it's kind of, everybody was a part of it and they already know what the laughs are. So
Mhm.
seeing an audience that doesn't know what to
Yeah.
expect will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we absolutely do not know what to expect with Quiet Moms Working. But yeah, first, can I just hear a little bit about yourselves? Do you mind introducing yourselves for me in the audience?
Sure. You want to go?
Yeah, my name is Anna Johnson. I actually grew up in New Jersey in a tiny little town called Hopewell. I was born in New Jersey as well. So I am a Jersey girl at heart, although we live across the country in LA. And we met at Northwestern University. I was a theater undergrad. Patrick was a radio, television, film undergrad there. And then eventually we ended up in LA because we both love to tell stories and we love film and television. And we love it so much that we spent our weekend making this film. It happened to be the weekend of our 29th wedding anniversary. So that's how we keep it fresh.
Make a film every anniversary. That is so cool. Amazing. And happy anniversary. And what a great gift you gave to all of us. Patrick, what
Yeah.
about you?
I went to film school. I've always wanted to make films and be involved and in the industry. So I call Anna by her middle name, Krista. So when I say Krista, that's the same person. Don't get confused, but we use our middle names with each other. Met her in film school, and she was the very first actress to act in my first films. Because she was a theater major and I was a filmmaker. And now all these years later, we moved to LA. I started working in the business, and I do my day job is sound. So I do sound on a lot of big TV shows and movies. And then I get to make my films as a little thing on the side, as to, keep my creative juices going. I have big projects I'm trying to make. I have smaller projects. But during that time, we were raising two kids. And so Krista often was, at home, or sometimes we'd film in the home and she'd take the kids and go somewhere else while we were doing these films. But now we can work together again, now that the kids are able to kind of be on their own. And she's been producing the films, but recently she got back into acting, and I thought, okay, I got to make a film. After all these years, we're going to do another. It just so happened that the weekend that worked out great for everybody else was our wedding anniversary. So it was kind of a cool coincidence. But I was sitting there, I was thinking, what if my wife was a serial killer? What would that be like? And that's kind of the start of the
Yep.
whole, it twists and turns, and it you know, hopefully it keeps you guessing, and you won't know where it's going. It has some twists and turns and surprises. But I thought, boy, that would be funny if a stay-at-home mom was, you know, down in the basement doing things that, and her kids like just don't respect her. No kid, no matter what you do, your kids don't respect you. So if you were a serial killer, your kids wouldn't even care. They would, you know, about it. And that was the genesis of how this project started.
Wow, so many things to talk about there. Number one, like how full circle it is too on your anniversary making a film, and you guys met in film school. That's beautiful. And so the inspiration behind this was really Anna Johnson here. What part you really saw her playing, and it was a serial killer. That was the inspiration for writing this.
I'm really a nice person. I swear.
You look like it.
I don't know why.
You know, that's why, you know, it wasn't like I thought, oh wow, she reminds me of Sister. It was like, what was the most outlandish thing we could do?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do, I hadn't done a comedy in a long time, and I wanted to do something that would be a lot of fun and very funny. And of course, humor starts with taking diametrically opposed, you know, things and then smashing them together. And so I thought, you know, Krista as this very, you know, prim and proper housewife, and then serial killer, and it kind of went from there.
Yeah.
And
so
then I had to pitch it to her, of course.
I love that. And Anna, how did you feel about playing this character? And have you ever played a character like this before?
Not specifically like this character, as Patrick alluded to. There are twists and turns, but you know, at heart, she's a mom, and she's a working mom, and I did that. You know, we raised two daughters. They are 23 and 21 now, and you know, I worked the whole time, and it is a challenge balancing. And for some reason, for women particularly, it seems that they're responsible for so much of raising the kids, or kind of the day-to-day details and the little things. I was around for a lot of the, you know, the bickering with the kids and all that. And so, you know, I could really relate to a mom who's both trying to work and be a professional, and is also pulled on the other hand by these, you know, the loves of her life, right? Her kids who you care so much about. And, you know, kids can be frustrating. I know during the pandemic, there were a lot of people who started to work from home and try to balance their kids and their work life. So we're pulling from a lot of real experience.
Yeah. When our younger daughter saw the movie, she said, "Dad, I feel attacked."
Was she the inspiration for the, without giving it away, for the daughter we see?
There may have some of that argument. Don't give any spoilers away, but some of that argument may have been pulled from, you know, real life scenarios. Maybe it's that's what's great about comedy, right? You can go outlandish with it, but there's a kernel of truth in there somewhere in the story, right? That you relate to, and that's what makes it even more funny.
Yeah, I love talking about this too. And Chris and Anna, now I'm calling you Krista. So I know that you really, this role, even though it's kind of outlandish, it's comedic, it's a little dark, it's still grounded in reality and things you can relate to. Do you play a lot of comedic roles? And on top of that, when you're playing a comedic role, what's really important in grounding that in the truth?
I don't get the opportunity. I maybe I just don't look very funny. I don't know, but it is, for me, anytime you play any character, it's always grounded in truth. So, and particularly in this scenario, it was key to focus on, this is a very normal, relatable person. It's the situation that's outlandish. So if in this case, I'm really just mom, and that's an easy role for me to slip into. For me, it's always important to find grounding in, you know, this is a real person. They have real motivations. They have real things they care about. They have real goals in life. They have real things they are focused on and want to accomplish. So always grounded. Yeah.
Did you have fun playing? Was it as fun to play as it was to watch?
It was very fun to play. I have never done any kind of action, and I don't want to give too much away, so I don't want to say about it, but I do have a background. You know, I spent a lot of time growing up. I was a gymnast, so I pulled from that experience. And then in the 90s, I don't know if anyone who lived through that remembers the kickboxing exercise craze, but I lived through that as well, and you had to pull a little bit from that. So yeah, so there is some, that was kind of a fun scene to shoot because I hadn't gotten to do a lot of that kind of action-y sequence.
It was so awesome. And you both produced this. So what went into producing this? How did you find your cast and crew? Shout out to Shane Brady, who played Dell, who can't be here today, but he was amazing as well. So talk to me about how you found Shane, the rest of the cast and the crew.
Yeah, so one of our favorite film festivals, aside from Garden State, is a kind of genre film festival that is really focuses on horror. And what we kind of like about it is how much of a community it is, and how many times people who have films there are like kind of collaborating with other creators, like learning about them, loving their projects. It's a love fest. It's a other filmmaker fest. And so we met Shane at this film festival, and we just clicked. Patrick loved a previous project that Shane did. And so in chatting with him as Patrick was formulating the idea for this, you know, Shane is a fabulous actor, and just, you know, you kind of ask, hey, would you mind if I sent you the script? Would you take a look at it? Would you consider working with us? So what I love about film festivals, and I'm sure Garden State gives you this opportunity too, is to meet other, not only audiences who connect with your work, but meet other filmmakers, other creatives, other people you might want to work with in the future. And that's one of the really cool thing about, I think we're looking forward to that, you know, going to the Garden State Film Festival.
Yeah. Yeah. There was no, you know, one of the advantages of, you know, working and living in a city like LA or any kind of big city, even in a small city, you can find it is if you start making films, you start kind of creating a community. Mm-hmm. There were no auditions, and all of the main people at all crew levels were people we had just worked with before or were friends. The DP, we all worked on a different project together. He was the gaffer on it, and I was doing sound on it. And I really liked what he was doing. So when I came up with the idea to do this, I reached out to him and said, hey, are you free this weekend? I'm doing this crazy thing. Do you want to DP it? And then someone else who I had done camera work for, I asked him if he would be the AD because he's done some AD work. And then the whole cast were people we knew or friends of friends that we reached out to find them. You know, even the set designer and production designer had worked with us on previous films. The set designer grew up with our kids. He's a couple years older than them, but we've known him since he was a little kid. So it was kind of like a fun, just family and friends getting together for a weekend and doing something really outlandish and fun.
When your family and friends happen to all be filmmakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, I'm sure working with people you know, you trust, you admire their work, and you have collaborated before, definitely was the reason Quiet Moms Working was just so phenomenal. All the elements were so on point. And in this same like period, I don't even know what word I'm trying to say, but what else contributed to making this film as great as it is? Specifically asking you, Patrick, you're an award-winning director. Your films are on Lifetime, Amazon, Netflix. You've worked as sound editor on huge projects. What have you learned in your career and directing Quiet Moms Working, how to make a successful film that people can enjoy?
Well, as both a producer and a director, the first thing is find really talented people and then give them what they need to succeed. A lot of times people think that being on a tour or a filmmaker means controlling everything. And when you control everything and make it the way you want it to be, you're now making a film that only reaches your limits as an actor and your limits as a production designer and your limits as a cinematographer. Mm-hmm. But if you find people who are experts in those fields and you give them your vision, but then you let them kind of run with it, I think that's where you get the magic. You know, get great actors, talk with them, rehearse with them, but then on set, just let them go. The scene with mom and her daughter, which I don't want to spoil too much, but like that was them just go. And that's almost all one take. There's very little editing. I mean, we edit because we had different cameras running, but it's really just one take because there was just one take where they just, you know, went for it. And you could feel that mother-daughter angst, you know, of a fight that's been going on for years and years and years between the two of them. And just run with it. The production design and the set design, you know, like that set is so cool. People, if it, you know, you can freeze frame that set and you'll see things there in the background, labels on boxes that just crack me up, and things in jars that are just so weird. You know, just those things that I wouldn't have thought of, but I conveyed my, you know, what I want to them. And that's being someone who works in sound. I'm on the other end of that a lot. So I know when a director or a producer on a TV show or a movie that I work on communicates with me and then gives me the freedom to bring my best to the project. And so when I'm in the other chair and I'm in charge, I try to do the same thing.
Now I got to watch it again and read these labels. And because I know the beginning shots, I was already appreciating the costume and the set design. And then I just was sucked into the story. But now I have to like freeze frame it and see all these good Easter eggs.
The downside of a short film is you don't have too much time to linger on things. You kind of got to move. But it's a little Easter eggs there for people if you ever want to watch it a second or third or fourth time.
Yeah, discover things each watch. We're running out of time, but you guys mentioned, you know, you're lovers of Garden State Film Festival. Anna, you're from New Jersey. And you also mentioned it's a great place to see how the audience are, to talk to other filmmakers. We have a Meet the Filmmakers night, March 24th, which is awesome. Why do you think it's so important for Garden State Film Festival to exist?
You know, there is not, in other countries it's a little bit different, but especially here in America, there is not much of a market for short film in the short storytelling format. Not just narrative, but documentaries. Some of the most amazing films I see when I go to festivals are the short documentaries, which are amazing. And you don't have a lot of ways to see them. And film festivals are the biggest supporter of independent filmmaking at the feature level, at the short level, documentaries especially. It's a chance to get to see stuff that you're probably never going to see if you just hop on your TV and scroll through. A lot of them will get onto Netflix or Amazon or streaming sites, but they're not really marketed. So if you want to actually get to spend a weekend seeing really cool, innovative stuff, and oftentimes you get to see filmmakers who a couple years later are going to blow up, and you're going to get to say, I saw their short film, you know, before they were, you know, doing the big movies. But it's just that film festivals are the place where the art is fostered for the love of filmmaking and not for the love. No one's going to get mega rich making short films. So you make a short film because you love it. And then the film festivals are the support network that allow you to then get that love of your story to an audience.
Yeah, I think you get to step outside of the Hollywood system, as it were. And so people can be really creative and follow their vision in a way that maybe they can't inside a very established system. And so you get a lot more creativity, and people are willing to take risks. And film festivals are so much fun. And of course, the Garden State is, you know, there are a ton of different creatives and a ton of different people, and, you know, drawing from all of the areas and the topics too. Like I've seen a lot of New Jersey films that just have really delve into some great topics. So I think you're going to see a wide variety, a lot of creativity, a lot of innovation, and some really cool risks.
It is such an honor and a pleasure talking to you both and hearing you talk about film and art and your work and Quiet Moms Working. Guys, everything Anna and Patrick just said, you can definitely see at Garden State Film Festival. We have a lot of short documentaries, like Anna saying, tons of different topics, so super creative. And Garden State Film Festival is definitely a place where they believe in their filmmakers. It's really mostly about the filmmakers. We love all the people who do film, but we nurture our filmmakers, and it's just such a great place to network and see your films and how they reach the audience. So definitely come check out Garden State Film Festival. Definitely come watch Quiet Moms Working. Let me tell you how you can see it. It will be playing Saturday, March 23rd. The film block is 2:30 to 4:45 p.m. in Asbury Lanes. Come check it out. We got we have like Meet the Filmmakers night, like I mentioned. We got a gala on Friday, tons of screenings, the award ceremony on Sunday, and also in between all that, there's Q&As with the actors, with the filmmakers, there's celebrities, there's so much good stuff. Check it out on the website. Come again, see Quiet Moms Working. This film is so good. I can't wait. Hopefully I meet you guys in person, and I can't wait to meet you guys.
We'll see you there. We're going to be there. Not going to miss it. Amazing.
Thank you again. Thank you again for taking the time out to talk to me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Bye, guys.